What indicators do we see in the LQ1 stress scanner? The first indicator is integral, the general state of the nervous system. It consists of indicators from 4 systems: the autonomic nervous system, neurohumoral regulation, psycho-emotional state, or the impact of stress from an emotional perspective, and adaptive capacity. Roughly speaking, the adaptation of our nervous system to the current level of stress. We register the patient, and it's essential to include their date of birth. Our program determines the biological age of the nervous system and all indicators based on reference values in 3-year increments. The first indicator is the stress index indicator. That is, it's how the nervous system can switch, how many speeds and modes it has. The more, the better, as it means it's more stable. The less, the more liable it is, and it can't adapt to different environmental conditions. The next indicator is the vegetative balance. We have rhythms in a stress format and rhythms in a relaxation format. Ideally, when both rhythms are present, the nervous system is able to switch between them smoothly at the right moment. And this is exactly where it shows how well it can do that. So the more even the distribution of points, the better we can switch to mobilization or calm down at the right moment. The more points concentrated in one range, the more uniformly the nervous system operates. That is, either solely for mobilization or solely for relaxation. For this, we always have tips that we can refer to. We can also look at before and after any intervention: health-related, sports-related, medications, devices, and so on. The next indicator is the overall activity of the nervous system. Essentially, its total power, which is how it functions. The higher its activity, the faster, literally in fractions of a second, it can transition from a state of relaxation to calm and back again. At the same time, it consists of 3 parts: sympathetic, yellow color; tension, mobilization; parasympathetic, relaxation, the work of the vagus nerve; and central regulation kicks in when the autonomic nervous system can't cope and needs help from deeper structures. Next to the regulatory mechanisms, meaning the flexibility of regulation, in which direction it goes, towards tension or towards relaxation. There are also tips there. We see that if it's very tense, yes, then it's actually in this red range. The next indicator is the impact of stress on the hormonal background. So here we don't see which specific hormones are out of balance. The most important thing we see here is the main feature of our program, our unique development, the quality of hormonal system regulation. The level of resources, that is, the total amount of energy, also depends on it. How a person stores it is shown in green, and how they spend it is shown in red. And the most important thing is the balance between accumulation and expenditure. If it equals 1, it's ideal. If it's less than 1, as it is here, it means the person lacks a certain amount of energy for the whole day. If it's more than 1, on the contrary, a person can sleep for a few hours and work much longer, like a phone battery. The next indicator is the impact of stress from an emotional perspective. That is, how our emotional stress affects our central nervous system, our brain. Here we can see the overall impact, that is, how much the nervous system is overloaded, specifically by emotional stress, and which rhythms prevail: stress, alertness, activity, relaxation, or calmness. The next indicator is adaptation to the current level of stress. Essentially, it's like the nervous system's immunity to all types of stress: physical, autonomic, hormonal, and emotional. The higher the adaptive resources, the better the nervous system can cope with all types of stress. And of course, biological age. But this is the biological age of a single biomarker, that is, the nervous system. There's also vascular biological age, or bioimpedance age, but this is specifically about the nervous system. It is normalized in 3-year increments. That is, there's a specific norm for each age. Here we see a person who is 15 years younger than their nervous system should be. And the final indicator is the summary, all indicators together, as well as a dynamics graph. Here we can see all measurements over time, and essentially we can see how the patient's condition worsened, improved, or stabilised. The program also allows you to email the report to the patient immediately after the measurement if an email is entered, as well as print it and give it to them in PDF format, which we will also attach to our email. So those were all our indicators. Thank you for your attention.